Hello students, uh, myself Praveen Shukla sir. I've been teaching mathematics to the students of various cadres, and I love this subject very much because of multiple reasons, and it is one of the most important subjects on the planet. Today I've targeted to teach you something in this particular video which is a very important part of mathematics. Before I go there, let us try to understand few very important, not understand, I would rather say just let's try to put something on board here. When I talk about mathematics, it is the only subject on the planet, only and only subject on the planet which deals with which deals with cosmic understanding. Understand this, what am I trying to say? I'm saying mathematics is the only subject on the planet which deals with cosmic understanding from the universe to be drawn on paper. So mathematics is basically a drawing tool. So what we have known mathematics as just calculation. Understand this, what I'm trying to say. It's not just calculation. Mathematics is something which is being used to portray, to build up, to draw the entire cosmic structure on paper. So why? Why is it so? The reason is, if somebody wants to really understand cosmos, the best way is to understand something called as mathematics. Then utilize this tool to access the small nitty-gritties of something called as cosmic happening. So why are you saying this? Because every single event that we see around us is a perfect geometry. Everything that you see is a perfect geometry. Nothing in the universe is existent in the absence of geometry. So what we are going to understand here is, how is it, which particular tool are we going to use which will help us empower ourselves to handle the cosmic happenings on paper, right? So for that particular purpose, there are many number of things which have been designed by our great mathematicians. India is the land basically where mathematics has actually come into the sprouts. But now the point is, out of all the tools which are available, we are going to use some very specialized tools. One such tool is nothing but trigonometry. So let us try to analyze and discuss this existence of trigonometry. Okay, before we start discussing this part, let me tell you in which particular standards are going to study this topic called as trigonometry. Okay, so in majority of the boards, it depends upon board to board, but in majority of the boards we find this topic to be included in the standard of 9th. So 9th, 10th, 11th, and then 12th, in all the four sections, in all the four standards, we are going to use this topic. So when you are looking at this video, please do not see that you are only the part of some or other standard. Just understand this. If you are looking at this video, you must be of that particular mindset that you are preparing for something which is really broad scoped, right? So let us start with the thing right over here, and I'll show you certain systems, how the trigonometry becomes existent, why is it so important, what is it that makes it so special, what are the real things about trigonometry. And from here we are going to cover the basics of 8th standard, then 9th standard. 8th standard in some boards it is there, not all boards. So we are going to have it like this. We'll cover the basics of 8th standard, then 9th standard, then 11th, 10th also over here, then 11th, and then 12th. Okay, so 8, 9, 10th, 11th, 12th basics are there. Make sure that whoever is watching this particular video, he or she must try to learn the exact complete configuration of so-called as trigonometry, right? So let's start. Yes, so I'm going to now show you certain sort of board which is very important here. Yes, so here we are now. A very important thing that is on place. Okay, so I've written here a name which is basically trigonometric identity, and this video I think is not getting visible. Yes students, hello. So here we are. I'm trying to show you something very interesting, just try to look into it with the great sort of involvement. It is very important. Okay, just do not miss even a single sort of word from whatever I utter onto. Just be here and focus everything that is being told. Okay, so I've written here something called as trigonometric identities. right? This is actually the name of the chapter written in the textbook of 12th standard. Yes, in this particular chapter, we are going to study lot of further details in the coming videos, which will come up later. But for now, let us start right here. Yes, so this trigonometric identities have got a word called as trigonometric, which is very, very important. Now, this trigonometric word is an adjective which is derived from a noun called as trigonometry. So what is trigonometry basically? I'll tell you what exactly it is. It is a noun. By noun, I mean to say it is the name of something. So kiska naam hai? What name is it going to be? This name is the name of a branch of mathematics. Trigonometry is basically the branch of mathematics. Sir, what is the feature of this particular branch and why has that been made? What is the reason that we have made this particular branch? Let us see. Okay, so we will start. Just look here. I'm going to divide the entire name trigonometry, which is written over here, into three sections. The first section is tri, T-R-I. Can you see this? So the first section is tri. Second is gono, G-O-N-O, gono, right? The third section is going to be metry here. So we have got tri, we have got gono, and we have got metry. Please understand this. Tri means three, gono means sided, and metry means measurement. So gono means sided or side. See, understand this. You would have heard this particular word called as polygon. Poly means many. Gon means side. So gon means side. Gono means sided. Polygon means many side. Okay, so any geometric figure which has got multiple sides or many sides are called as polygon. So in the same way, trigon means tri-sided, three side. Gon is side. So three side trigon, what does that mean? That means triangle. And when I say trigono, it is three sided. Trigono is three sided. Okay, metry is measurement, like we have geometry. Yes, so metry is basically measurement. So three-sided measurement is the meaning of trigonometry. Now a very important part. So trigonometry means the branch of mathematics that deals with three-sided measurement. Why three-sided? Why not four-sided? Why not five-sided? Why not six-sided? Why is it so important? We don't have quadrilometry, we don't have circulometry, we don't have pentanometry, we don't have hexanometry. We have just trigonometry. Why is it so special? What is so special about trigon or triangle? Right? So let us see. As discussed, we'll now try to understand the importance of something called as triangle. As discussed by us, mathematics is basically which deals with cosmic principles. Mathematics is basically that which deals with cosmic principles. So it is basically science, which deals with cosmic principles. When I say cosmic principles, what does that mean? That means everything that you can think of and everything that you cannot think of, whether it is there, perceivable with respect to your eyes, with your touch, with your smell, or with your sense organs, or whether you cannot perceive any of them with help of any of these. Anything, any damn stuff on the planet is nothing but the belonging world of mathematics. It is so special. Okay, sir, how and all those things we'll be discussing in the coming chapters, and all those things you'll get clear with every stuff. But mind this well, that mathematics is basically a science which deals with the cosmic principles around you. And these cosmic principles say that entire cosmos is made up of just two things. Whatever you see in the world, whatever you cannot see in the world, not just world, outside the world, in the space, somewhere into the universe, whatever you see, whatever you can see, whatever you cannot see, whatever you smell, whatever you cannot smell, whatever you touch, whatever you cannot touch, whatever you taste, whatever you cannot taste, whatever you hear or cannot hear, everything is just made up of two things. One is space and other is matter. Just two things. Either there would be matter or there would be space. You know what is matter? Matter is basically any particular object or substance or any damn thing which has got mass and which occupies space. You remember? Which has got mass and which occupies some space. That is called as matter. You might be knowing this. This is definition of matter, right? So when a particular object has got mass or it occupies space, it will have two things for sure, which is shape and size. It will have two things. एक तो उसके पास shape होगा, दूसरा उसके पास size होगा. Understand this. Space does not have any of these. Why? Because space has got no quantitative analysis done till date. You can never declare what is there in space and not. What exactly space is, nobody knows. When there is nothing, it is space. Absolute nothing. Where there is nothing, how will you really measure them up? Right? So we are not going to talk about space right now. We are going to discuss the world of mathematics from this particular perspective. Okay? Right? So mathematics deals with everything in the cosmos, specifically matter. And whenever there is matter, there is always shape and size. Anything that you see, anything that you experience, just look at it. Every damn thing is a geometric shape. Every damn stuff is a geometric structure. I've made one more video for you people. Mathematics and cosmos. That link I will be posting later in the description. You can go there and get to understand how exactly mathematics is linked with everything that you can go across. But here we are going to deal with something very special, which is called as geometry. See, look at this marker. This is nothing but geometry. Look at this particular board. This is nothing but geometry. Whatever I am writing, it is in the form of some letters. What are these letters? These are geometry. You look at your home, it is nothing but a geometry. It is a cuboid. You look at sun, you look at earth, you look at any damn stuff, it is geometry. You look at your body, it is again geometry. You look at your body, it is geometry. Such a special thing, right? So here we'll deal with geometry. Yes. So let us start with this consideration that the entire cosmos is nothing but the game of geometry done by creator. Can we assume it like this? If we believe that there is a creator, this creator has done what? He has played with the geometry, nothing more. He has done lot of geometrical constructions and have tried to put some lives and non-lives to these components. And we are here, right? So let us assume it like this, that the entire creation is nothing but the result of geometry, the game which was played by creator in the field of geometry. Okay, so let us see this geometry in bit more detail. Geometry starts. The geometry that we have actually starts from here. See, understand this. I'm writing something. This will really put you into a different world. Okay, so I am drawing this particular line for you people so that we can have some space to discuss this particular part. Geometry starts from this has gone by. Sorry. This is better. Okay, so geometry starts with this one thing. What is this called as? What is this called as? It is point. Geometry starts with point. Sir, what is point? Point is a zero-dimensional entity. What does this mean? This means point is something which has no dimension. Sir, what does the term dimension mean? Dimension means it does not have length, it does not have breadth, it does not have height, it does not have mass, it does not have anything, but still it is there. Got my point? But still it is there. So basically when I say point, even this is not point, because of board I'm trying to, in order to explain you, I'm writing like this. It is actually a small circle. Point is very, very minute thing. Okay, point is something actually which cannot be measured. So the world starts, the cosmos, not just world, the entire cosmos starts from something called as point. Okay, let's proceed. Sir, after point, what comes into picture? You just draw some points which satisfy linear condition. You draw all the points which satisfy one fixed linear condition. You will get something like this. Like this, like if I connect, you'll get it like this. And you can extend this to the infinity. So in order to show that thing, I am putting arrow here. What is this? This is line. This is line. So from point you have reached up to the point stand, which is called as line, right? So from point line is generated. Now you just cut the line over here, just cut it off. You will get, if I cut it over here, 1 point and 1 arrow. This is called as ray. If I combine two rays, having common origin, same origin. Yes, yes. So they have got the same origin. Such setup is called as angle. It is called as angle. Understand this. Lines, points, lines, rays, and then we have angle. Understand this very, very important thing. This can be formed in multiple ways. One is you either, have two rays, or you draw two lines. See, look at this. This is one line. This is another line. You just draw two lines. You will have four angles. First angle is here. Second angle is here. Third angle is here. Fourth angle is here. So you have got four angles now. So whenever you have two intersecting lines, you have got four angles. So these are multiple ways to form the angles, right? So this is what we have in the starting part. Now the next structure that we are going to have, that we have actually obtained, is this. See this. Triangle. This structure is very, very, very important. So why? What is the reason? The reason is, before this structure came into picture, we were dealing with these things. Yes or no? These are the structures. These are the structures which are completely open. Check out. Point, nothing about open close. Line, again, all the sides are open. Ray, open. Angle, again open. Look at this. Whatever structure you come before triangle, it is going to be open structure. Triangle is the first structure known to mankind which is actually closed. Sir, why is it so special? Even if it is closed, why are you saying that it is very special? Because whenever a closed figure comes into picture, it divides the entire board here into two parts. First time ever. It divides the entire board into two parts. One is the part inside the triangle and other is the part outside the triangle. Such a beautiful thing. Till now it was no such case. But the time triangle came into picture, situations completely changed. You got to have a structure which divided entire board into two parts. One was inner and other was exterior or external part. Now understand this. When I say board, it is not just board. It is about the entire cosmos. Wherever you draw triangle, if suppose I draw triangle somewhere over here, anywhere I want. If ever, whenever, however, I draw a triangle, that triangle is going to divide the entire cosmic universe into two sections. One would be the internal and other would be the external. The interior of triangle and the exterior of triangle. Some people even go to one more stage. They say triangle divides it into three parts. So three parts. One is the interior, other is the exterior, and third one is on the triangle. So even this is also a very good way to understand other things. The triangles divide the entire cosmos into three parts. One is the interior, other is exterior, and third one is on the sides of the triangle. So in this way, triangle is the very, very special structure. And one more thing, you can never have any closed structure which has got two angles or one angle. It is impossible. You can never ever design a closed structure having angles less than 3. So angles equal to or greater than 3 is okay. Okay, so you can have a quadrilateral. It is allowed. Why? Because the number of angles are more than 3. It is allowed. You can have quadrilateral. You can have pentagon. Look, I'm making a pentagon. Pentagon means 5 sides. Okay, you can have hexagon and many more such things. Right? So now triangle is the most basic and the first closed structure known to mankind. So closed structures are also called as, understand this, I'm writing this term for you people. closed structures are also called as polygons, or we also call them as planes. We also call them as planes, right? So closed structures are called as planes and polygons. The first plane known to mankind is triangle. First polygon known to mankind is triangle. So triangle is the basis for everything, right? Yes, so it is the first thing, first plane or first polygon or the first closed structure known to human being. Now one more important. Sir, okay, first है तो क्या हो गया? What is the greatness about it? Okay, it is first, no problem. But there is one more fact which cannot be ignored. It is, if you can see, talk about any particular structure you want. Talk about any particular structure of your choice you want. I can prove that it is made up of triangle. Let's see. So quadrilateral, is it made up of triangle? Yes. How? Look. Two triangles. Yes, no? Okay. So pentagon, it's not made up of triangle. It is again made up of triangle. Right? You draw any particular figure. If you say hexagon, I can prove that it is made up of triangles. Look, I'll show you. So, hexagon. You cannot prove. Come on. Yes, we can prove. Why? Look, one triangle, right? See, we have second triangle, and now we have third triangle. Any damn thing you want, you just draw it, and I will prove that it is made up of triangle. What does this mean? This means any given shape that you see around you, any given shape that you see around you is made up of triangle. So triangle is the basis of creation. What am I trying to say? Triangle is the basis of creation. Sir, nahi, abhi bhi ek chota sa doubt hai. What is that doubt? There is one more doubt. Sir, if suppose I draw a circle like this. Now tell me, how is it a triangle? A circle cannot be a triangle. Come on. So please prove how the circle is a triangle. Let's see. Check here. Okay, this is radius. I'll draw one more radius. Yes or no? Right? So this particular part. Sir, this is not triangle. This is sector. And sector has got a curved arc over here. So these two sides are okay, but there is a curved arc. Look. Yes or no? Sir, यहाँ पर एक छोटा सा curving arc है. So what? So what? Sir, तो triangle तो नहीं हुआ ना. This is not a triangle anyway. So how are you saying that it is also made up of triangle? Let's do one thing. Let's try to, put one hand over here, put another finger over here, and just try to compress this. What will happen? The angle will start getting smaller. A time will come when you'll have a very, very, very infinitesimal angle, very, very small angle, So this is going to be the case like this. This is the case. This is the angle, right? And if you join now, like this arc is approximately equal to the straight line. Can you see this? This arc is going to be approximately equal to a straight line, and it will become a very, very, very small triangle. It will become a very, very small triangle. Can you get this? Let me draw it over here for you. Okay, sir, isko chota karte hain. No problem. I'm just doing it for you. Look here. This is a radius. Okay. Now I'll make it still smaller. This is another radius. Yes. So this is one radius. This is another radius. Right? Yes. So now tell me. What about this particular part? It is almost a straight line. So automatically this becomes a triangle. In this way, circle is made up of infinite triangles. Circle is made up of infinite triangles. So it is very, very important. In this way, we can say that triangle is the basis for entire creation. there are three things, out of which two have been discussed. First, triangle is the first closed plane known to mankind. I'll repeat. Triangle is the first closed plane known to mankind. Second, every figure in the universe is made up of triangle. Figure, by figure I mean any plane, any polygon, any shape that you want to draw, it is made up of triangle. Sir, how come is it possible? How is a cricket ball made up of triangle? How is a cricket ball made up of triangle? You just cut a cricket ball over like this and open it up. It will become a straight sheet. Just take anything. If you can, if you want, you can, say, I'll give you an example like this. Suppose if this is the marker I have. Okay, this is the marker. Look at this marker. Okay, so here is the hollow space. Here is the hollow space. Yes or no? This goes like this, right? You just cut it from here. You just, understand this. You just cut it from here. You just cut it from here like this. If you cut it up here and here and open it, it will become a rectangular paper, plastic paper, a rectangular plastic paper. If you cut it like this and like this, it will become a rectangular plastic paper. And rectangle is made up of triangle. Uske baad वापस से you can roll it up again and again. You can roll it up and make another figure. Similar is the case with all the objects in the universe, whether 2D, whether 3D, or anything you want. Everything is made up of triangle. Clear, right? So two things have been cleared. Firstly, triangle is the first plane known to mankind. Secondly, triangle is the basis of all the shapes and structures available in the creation. Third point. Now we are going to discuss. This is very, very delicate point. This is very, very delicate point. You just take few matchsticks. There's an experiment, I'll do it like this. Say I have taken two matchsticks like this. These are two matchsticks. Okay. Yes. What I'll do is I'll attach a rubber over here. How, sir? Can you please draw and show us? I can draw here as well. Shall I draw it here? This is the better place, or some other space. Okay, I'll draw it and then rub it off for you. Okay, so I'll draw it here. Look here. Say this is a matchstick. This is one matchstick, right? Generally, what happens? There is something like this over here. What we are going to use? We will slide it off. Cut it off with the help of blade. Now it is just a normal stick, matchstick. There is one more matchstick like this. There are two matchsticks. Wait, I'll bring matchstick for you. Okay, right? So we are going to use these two matchsticks properly to do some experiments. What I would like to tell you people is there is third part which is very, very important in case of triangles, which makes triangle really, really special. And that is the reason why we are studying trigonometry. Yes, so double. I am just, see, this is the matchstick we have. Can you see that? Yes, right? So these are our matchsticks. I'll just show this to you near the camera, right? So we have got matchsticks. Yes, I am having the matchstick dabba for you. Yes, I'll do some experiments. Just look at it. It will be very, very interesting experiment. Now what I'll do is I'll remove this Rogan wala part. It's not possible, so I'll break it up. I'm just breaking this off just to remove it. So it's done. It's removed now. Here also I'm breaking it up. So it's removed. I've just removed these two things. I'm removing this as well. So done. It's all removed. Now what I'll do is I'll do something like I'll take a small rubber tube. Rubber tube, rubber tube, a rubber tube, and this portion I'm going to insert the rubber tube and join this up. So both the portions will be having the rubber tube. It will be like this, I'll show you on the board. Just see here. If this is a matchstick, if this is the matchstick, right? So I'll have a rubber tube over here, a circular rubber tube, right? Yes. So this is a circular rubber tube in one matchstick. Okay. Other matchstick I'll simply insert into it. So there will be like this. I hope you have understood. Right? So just imagine it like this. Right? So we have got two matchsticks. Hello. Yes. So we have got two matchsticks, okay. I'll have rubber tube over here and we'll join it up. like this. So it is joined. I'll show this experiment to you with the help of marker so that you can have proper visibility. So now this is joined, right? Yes, no? Oh, it is joined. Now understand this. What is this by geometry? If I join them like this, what will this become? This will become a straight line. Yes or no? This is a straight line. This is basically a straight line. Very, very interesting and very important. This is a straight line. Now, if I put force on any of these two sides, any, what do I mean to say? I'll just hold one marker and put force on another marker. So what will happen? If suppose I put a force over here. See, look at this. It is forming an angle. It is forming an angle or not? Yes or no? Right? Yes, it is forming an angle. Yes, this has been moved up. So it is going to form an angle. Sir, how? I'll just show it like this. Okay. Now if I fix these two like this and put the force over here, it will form an angle. Right? Yes. So this is the experiment which I am going to use to demonstrate third property of something called as the triangle. Sir, how? That I'll explain. But before that, I want you people to write this entire thing. Okay. Just note this down, pause the video, and note down everything. It is very, very important because unless you write it up, the things won't get clearer for you. Just write this down, pause the video, write this down. Make all the diagrams also, okay? I am pausing the video too. Yes. Now we are here to have this experiment, matchstick experiment, a very, very important experiment as we have discussed, right? So here we have, okay? I have joined two matchsticks like this. And after joining two matchstick, what will happen? See, understand this. This is matchstick 1. This is matchstick 2. And they are joined by a tube, a rubber tube. If I hold this matchstick and apply force on this matchstick, what will happen? What will happen? This matchstick will go up, right? And this will be in the place wherever it is. If I do this, automatically, I will be getting a structure like this. Any angle, I'll just start from this particular part. Okay. I will be getting the structure like this and the tube is here. Yes or no? If I apply the force on this side, I'll get the structure like this. This is how it is. Correct? Right? The good thing about this stuff, is that if for any given figure, for any given figure, if you apply the force, I'll use two words, okay? The positive word is, it is, sir, flexible. It is flexible. Okay, I'll use the negative word also later on. But currently, I'll say it is flexible. Right? So if I have that kind of structure, if I join two bars, it is flexible. Right? Why? Because the application is like this. Okay, let's take one more example. Suppose if I join it with the help of, and it in the sense, I'll join now 4 matchsticks. 1, 2, I'll have third one here, third, and now I have got fourth structure. Very, very special. This is fourth structure, right? So these are 4 matchsticks. I'm going to join them again with the help of tube. Here is one tube. Here is another tube. Here is third tube. Here is fourth tube. Right? Yes. So this is the structure. If I hold any of the sides, say I hold this side, I'm holding this side with my hand, okay, and I'm trying to apply the force from here. I hold this side and apply the force from here. What will happen? This structure, this quadrilateral, will become like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? If I hold this particular arm like this and start applying force on this side, what will happen? this entire figure will tilt like this. This particular side will not change, but remaining parts are going to shift a bit. So this is what you are going to be. Yes or no? Now let us consider one more example. You consider any type of plane you want, you can consider pentagon now. So I'm not going to draw tubes again. Just look here. If I hold this side and apply a force, say any force you want, whether force over here or force over here, what will happen if you apply the force? This side will remain unchanged, but the remaining things will start shattering and changing. You will get the structure like this. It will be shifted again. Yes? Yes, no? Yes? So the good thing about all these figures is the figures are flexible. Figures are flexible. Right? Take circle. Circle also is like that. Yes? If say this is circle, if this is circle, and you hold a circle at some point and apply a force over here, right? What will happen? You'll get something like this. Right? Yes? It is going to exist, and rest other things will just change. It is going to be the case. Now we will consider one more thing, which is called as triangle. Look at this triangle. Such a special thing. Such a special thing. Right? Yes? These are three matchsticks. Tubes are here, tubes are here. This is one tube. This is another tube. Then this is third tube you have. Yes, right? Now, if I hold it here and apply the force, what am I trying to say? See, if I hold it over here and apply some force over this particular side, now this is very interesting. Triangle will not change the shape. Triangle will not change the shape. Triangle will break down. It is possible that it will break down, but it will not change the shape. It is guaranteed. If you want, you can apply and check it out. So the only figure in the universe here that we have out of all the shapes that we can see, this is the only shape which is not going to change its structure even on the application of force. Even on the application of force, it will not change the structure. Right? So here, the negative thing about this particular triangle is it is rigid. It is rigid. These are two very interesting words. Flexible, very positive thing about all the things, and rigid, very negative thing about triangle. But at the same time, there are two more words. They are substitute of these two. Something which is flexible is actually unstable. Something which is flexible is all the time changing. So if it is changing, it is unstable. Something which is rigid is actually stable. What does this mean? This means triangle is stable, या फिर I will say most stable structure. Got it? Triangle is most stable structure, and that is the reason you go and find out any damn thing, it is made up of triangle. I'll give you an example. Kabhi, have you seen the windmill ka post? Have you seen windmill post? It is like this. It is like this, You guys remember? Do you remember these things? It is triangular. It is triangular. You check out any damn thing, sometimes you just go around and see the bridge, the railway bridge. So railway bridge, generally what happens, this is one platform, this is another platform, and we have bridge like this, but if you look at the sides of the bridge, there are iron bars. There are iron bars which are used in making the bridge. Iron bars are arranged in a triangular way. You check out any bridge. This is your assignment. Go home and check out, or anywhere you find it out. The iron bars are arranged in a triangular way. You know, one iron bar will be like this, other iron bar would be like this, third iron bar would be like this. And in this way, the entire triangular thing is being arranged. The bridge is made up of a triangular structure. Not just this. Have you seen telephone towers? They are also triangular. You remember telephone towers? Even they are triangle. I'll show you a few structures. Wait. I've got mobile phone. So I'll just show some structures to you. Telephone towers. I'll show the telephone towers to you. Yes. I'll show this to you. Please look into it. This is the telephone tower I have. I'll just increase the brightness for your sake. This is the telephone tower we have. Can you see this? Can you see this telephone tower? Yes or no? Look at that. Broader at base, narrow at top. It is triangular. Can you see this? One more thing I'll show you. Wait. Look at this. Right? Yes, no. It is triangular. Not just this. Not look at the internal parts. Look, see a triangle. You will see many triangles right from bottom till top. Can you see this? Right? Do you remember the shape of mountain? Why is it triangular, you know? On the planet, the most stable structure is mountain. And mountain is triangular. Got it? So the entire actual complexions are made up of triangle. The reason is because triangle is very, very stable. I'll show you the railway bridge ka. Wait. I'll show you. Railway bridge. I'll show you the image. And sorry. Images. I'll show you. Look at this. Look. Hey, here it is. Look. Look here. Can you see the triangle? Can you see the triangles? If it is available, can you see that? I think it is not visible. Wait. Please wait. I'll show you. Yeah, this is better. Can you see the triangle? Yes? All triangles? All triangles? So everything is triangular. So special, you know. You just make it up. See, again, triangular. Now, you remember one structure which is very famous in Egypt? You know one structure which is very famous in Egypt? In Egypt, when the wind flows, it breaks everything around because the speed of wind is somewhere near to the speed of waves. So the only structure which is most stable in deserts is pyramid. So here we have, how is pyramid? You guys tell me? It is triangular. Yes, no? Right? So triangle is the most basic structure of the universe. Are you okay with it? Have you understood what I wanted to tell? What I wanted to tell you people, have you understood? Yes, no? I'm rubbing this section off just for your sake. You know, the triangle is most basic structure. So now here three things which you need to understand. Three things which you need to understand about triangles. First, triangle is the first closed plane. Triangle is the first closed plane. Second, triangle, understand this? या ऐसा कहता हूं, ठीक है. triangle is most stable structure. Third, triangle is the basis of cosmic creation. And we all are part of this creation, because triangle is the basis of creation. So it is important. Understand this. Please understand this. Because everything is made up of triangle. Triangle is most stable, and triangle is the basis of creation. So if we can know how to measure triangle, understand this. If we can know how to measure triangle, we will be able to measure anything on the planet. Not just planet, anywhere. If we want to measure the cosmic happenings around us, if we want to measure the structures around us, if we want to measure the world around us, the best way is learn to know the measuring science of triangle. If you know how to measure the triangle, if you know how to measure the triangle, you can apply that thing to all the objects. Why? Because everything is made up of triangle. So that is the reason why we have just one branch of mathematics which deals with this shape and just the shape. We have trigonometry. We don't have circulometry. We don't have quadranometry. We don't have pentanometry, right? We don't have lineometry. Yes, we have trigonometry or trigonometry. Why is it so? Because trigonometry or trigonometry is the basis and the methodology of measuring the triangle first and then applying that to entire universal structure. So if you can measure triangle well, you can measure the entire universe with the help of triangular systems, right? So please just note this particular chapter well, this entire thing right over here. Just do it quickly, fast. Pause your video and do it up. So recorded. Just noted everything on paper. The entire board has been noted. So this is what was the first part of this particular series, which I'm going to reproduce in the lecture series of video sets. The first was basically this, that why is it that triangle is so important? Why is it that mathematics has addressed the methodology of dealing with triangles as a completely different branch? Why such a big injustice with other things? Why is it that triangle has been given such a huge set of importance for something which is most considerable in the world of human psychology? When I say human psychology, understand this, our psychology operates on the basis of measurement. What does this mean? This means every time we are dealing with certain things, we are performing the implicit act of measurement, comparison and measurement. For an example, if I say a particular word, let me not go like that. Another example I take. If suppose this is a particular t-shirt I have worn, right? Yes. So your eyes saw this color. The information went to your mind. Then your brain started acting. You have got a deposition over here already, right? So there is a memory which has got two columns. One column is this particular color, and another column is name of this color. Got it? You must be having a color in your memory which is completely like this, and just opposite to that, linked with particular quantity like that, you will have the name of that color. For an example, the people who know English, they will have green stored into their memory box. Those who do not know English, know Hindi, Hara, know Marathi, Hirva, and there are many more such languages. French, we don't know, because I also do not know French language, right? Yes. So whenever, wherever, at whichever point you will find this color, your eyes will send the sensation to the brain. The brain is going to figure out and look into that dictionary. That dictionary will have two rows, I mean two columns, not two rows, two columns and multiple rows. You know, there the color like this is going to be matched. The matching row will be taken care of, and the name which is written in front of that stuff will be called upon. What does this mean? This means if you say this, your memory says, your brain says it is green. How? Because it has compared this with the information stored in your mind. If suppose I would have taught you, if a child is being taught, this is red color, this is red color, this is red color, this is red color, what will happen? Whenever he goes to see this color, he will say it is red color. Does it mean he has not identification skills? He has not got the identification skill. Does it mean that? No. He does have identification skill, but it is the problem of memory storage. Something which is stored in the memory is red for this. If that happens to be the case, he will say this is red color. This is green, sir. This is green. Why so? Because that particular thing is stored in his memory. So all the time, not this is just one example. If I say a particular word, I'm just making a sound. If I say a particular word, I'm just making a sound. Your ears are just sensing the sounds, and that sensation is transmitted to brain. Who is making the meaning of it? The brain. The meaning of that particular sound is being taken care of, is being interpreted by something called as brain, the memory. If you do not know the language which I speak, you will hear me. You will hear me. Even if I say anything I want to, you will hear me, but you will not be able to understand. Why? Because the meaning is not known to you. So who decides this meaning? Your brain. Got it? Yes. So if I say something, I'm making sound. Your ears are hearing the sound, sending the sensation to brain. Brain is getting it compared through the information stored here, and then making the sense and letting you understand. This is how it functions. Getting my point? Yes, yes, no, yes, no, right? So every time we are doing comparison, every time we are doing some measurement, whether it is okay or not, whether it is light green, dark green, shade of green, something between green, whether it is sky blue or red blue or whatever, gray blue, whatever you call it as. What is this? This is nothing but the measurement. You measure the degree of match. If something matches to your information, you say yes. If does not, you understand the degree. Ye light hai ki dark hai ki which particular shade is it going to belong to, and then thereafter you decide the things after. Right? So everything that you do, everything that a human, non-human, even animals do that. Everything that is being done in the cosmos is nothing but measurement. And this cosmos is made up of triangle. So if you know how to measure the triangle, it is actually a dimension which gets open in front of you, with the help of which you can deal with this cosmos in the best way. And that is what the purpose of mathematics is. That is what the purpose of mathematics is. The purpose of maths is to develop your brain to the scale which is totally incomparable in any particular strand. And one more thing, let me tell you this. Mathematics is the only subject which talks, which walks, which directs, which plays directly with your neurons. It straight away goes and hits your brain. It straight away goes and compares. It straight away goes and enters into the logical structure. This is the greatness of this particular subject. So understand this. When you are dealing with something called as trigonometry in mathematics, you are actually not just doing a topic, not just doing a chapter, not just doing a sum, but rather you are trying to, or you are ushering into, not just trying, you are ushering into the dimension of cosmos from where the entire system can be blasted open. It's so simple. It is a structure, it is a methodology, it is a technique, properly designed technique with the help of formulas and all, to enter into the cosmic reality. The first step is to solve the numericals and then develop the understanding and train your brain to think in that particular dimension. Okay, so happy learning. See you all in the next lecture. This video was basically to explain you the importance of triangle and trigonometry. Why trigonometry and why not any other thing? Another lecture will be to deal with the basic sectors or basic components on which trigonometry works, right? So it will be some trigo identities, some trigo functions, some trigo things, right? See you all in the next lecture. All the students, please pay attention. These lectures are going to be for you people one-to-one. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care. God bless you.